And welcome, everyone. A very pleasant good evening here live from the Boshemer Gymnasium, Chick Martin Court here on the campus of Brevard College, located in the mountains of western North Carolina. We've got a USA South Conference clash here tonight between the Greensboro College Pride and your Brevard College Tornadoes. Brevard has this game to start off a 3-game homestand. They'll cap it off Saturday against Methodist and then Sunday, Senior Day, against NC Wesleyan on Super Bowl Sunday. Then they've got one more on the road at Conference Power, William Peace, who Greensboro is actually coming off of a loss to. And in this matchup itself, Brevard won the first matchup 70-63 in Greensboro. That was a few weeks back on January 18th, a Wednesday night at Greensboro. The Tornadoes got the victory, one of their 3 conference victories to this point. NATO sitting at 7-14, 3-7 in conference. Greensboro 10-11, 5-5 in the conference. NATO sitting at 3-7 in the USA South. Southern Virginia, who they just defeated, and Pfeiffer both sitting with 4 conference wins. So the NATOs could move up and in theory be 5th or in a tie for 5th after tonight with a victory, a game behind Greensboro with the head-to-head advantage. We'll see how it all plays out, though. In just a moment when we get back, we will have starters and a little bit more of a look at the matchup between the two teams. After that, we'll send it down to PA announcer Ray Gill, have the playing of the national anthem, and then the starting lineups once more, and then it will be time for Tornado basketball. About 7 minutes away. Don't go anywhere, folks. Live here from the Bosch. Back here from the Bosch, ladies and gentlemen, about 4 minutes away from the national anthem and the starting lineups, which we will go ahead and give you right here before you hear them from PA announcer Ray Gill. For Greensboro, number 0, Mason Sergi, a guard, 6'3", 180 junior out of Ashburn, Virginia, Broad Run High School. Number 3, Tim Bolware, second leading scorer on the team, 6'5" forward, weighing in at 190, a junior from Greensboro, Dudley High School. Number 10, Ty Hill, 5'10", guard, 150, senior out of Charlotte, North Carolina, West Brunswick High School. Number 12, Isaiah Pruitt, 5'8", guard, 145, junior out of Asheville, just a few miles down the road, A.C. Reynolds High School. And number 24, Matthew Brown, the forward, 6'7", 200, the junior out of Orlando, Florida, out of University High School. And Brown, the leading scorer for this team, 12.6 points per game, 7.9 rebounds per game. Bolware, once again, the second leading scorer with 11.7 and 4.8 rebounds per game. And now for the Tornadoes starters, number 4, Quincy Carter, the senior guard, 6'1", 215 out of Decatur, Georgia, Collins Hill High School, transferred over from Young Harris. Number 10, Carson Evans, junior guard, 5'10", 165 out of Charlotte, Butler High School. Number 12, Jaden Carnes, the freshman, last week's freshman of the week in the USA South, 6'4", forward, 170 out of Concord, North Carolina, Mount Pleasant High School. Number 13, KK Horton, sophomore guard, 6'2", 180 out of Asheville Christian Academy. And then rounding out the 5, number 15, Garrett Sutherland, the sophomore forward, 6'5", 175 out of Atlanta, Georgia, Mount Pisgah Christian School. Tornadoes, at least not in the starting lineup, is number 5, LB Boyette, the leading scorer for the team, 13.8 points per game, 3.5 rebounds per game, and just under 3 assists a game. Not clear whether or not LB will go in this one off the bench or not. Quincy, the second leading scorer for the squad at 12.3 points per game, 3.3 rebounds per game, and just like LB, 2.8 assists per game. Just about ready for basketball here, just 2 minutes away from the playing of the national anthem and the starting lineups. Read back to you by PA announcer Ray Gill. A USA South rematch from a January 18th contest in which the Tornadoes got the victory over the Greensboro Pride on the road. Tornado basketball coming up here in just a moment.
Basketball is honored to host tonight's 9th annual Readout Day in memory of former Sanford University player Jimmy Griffin and in support of the Jimmy Griffin Legacy Foundation. Griffin played under current Brevard head coach Lee Burgess during Burgess' time as an assistant coach at Sanford University. Griffin passed away in his sleep of September 2009 from an undetected heart condition. This year's game coincides with February's American Heart Month. Support the American Heart Association by visiting www.heart.org and support the Jimmy Griffin Foundation. Go to www.3on3forjg.org.
Got 10 seconds coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Brevard College Athletic Department respectfully asks you to please stand for the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet tonight's starting lineups. First, visiting pride of Greensboro College. At guard, a 6'3" junior from Ashburn, Virginia, number 0, Mason Serga. At 4, a 6'5" junior from Greensboro, North Carolina, number 3, Tim Boulware. At guard, a 5'10" senior from Chelmsford, North Carolina, number 10, Ty Hill. At guard, a 5'8" junior from Asheville, North Carolina, number 12, Isaiah Pruitt. And at 4, a 6'7" junior from Orlando, Florida, number 24, Matthew Brown. And now, the starting lineup for your Brevard College Tornadoes. At guard, a 6'1" senior from Decatur, Georgia, number 4, Quincy Carter. At guard, a 5'10" junior from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 10, Carson Evans. At 4, a 6'4" freshman from Concord, North Carolina, number 12, Jaden Carnes. At guard, a 6'2" sophomore from Asheville, North Carolina, number 13, KK Horton. And at 4, a 6'5" sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia, number 15, Garrett Sutherland. The Tornadoes are coached by Mr. Lee Burgess and assisted by Mr. Miles Leathers.
And there you have it. PA announcer Ray Gill with the starters, and here come the Tornadoes donning their all-blue uniforms for tonight. Greensboro in the all-white. It will be Sutherland for the tip-off against Matthew Brown. Brown, 6'7", 200, junior forward out of Orlando. And Sutherland jumps, and Brown retains the tip. So here we go. Isaiah Pruitt will start with the basketball up top, guarded by KK Horton. Pruitt looking now, going over to his right, Ty Hill. Hill back up top to Sergi. Sergi over to Boulware. Tim Boulware goes back over to Pruitt, left wing. Now up top, Hill. Matthew Brown on the perimeter. Gets it inside. Boulware intercepted KK Horton. Horton down the floor on the break will slow it down. Does not have numbers. Gives to Evans. Evans whips to Carter. Carter for 3. Connects. Quincy Carter with the tray ball to get things going. In the all-blues, NATO's off to a 3-0 start. Ty Hill with the basketball going around. A screen from Brown. Now over to Sergi. Sergi, Pruitt, guarded by Carnes. Going to go inside now. Puts up the layup. Blocked by Sutherland. He touches it. He's out of bounds. And that'll be Tornado basketball. 2 for 2 on defensive stands thus far. And a good energy out of the gate by the Tornadoes. Carson Evans with the basketball. Brings it up past half court, guarded closely by Pruitt. Now gives to Quincy. Quincy over to Sutherland. KK Horton. Horton, Carter on the right elbow. It's turning around, hooking, stopping. Pass over to Sutherland. The float is good. Garrett Sutherland to the basket. So now Quincy Carter. A basket and an assist on the first 2 possessions. And the basket of the 3-point variety, it's 5-0. Brown over to Ty Hill. Hill trying to go in the post. It's retained by Boulware. Going around. Boulware looking. Sergi, mid-range jumper. No good. Air ball. KK Horton with the rebound. Horton spinning around. Nice move. Getting by. Has Sergi pick up. Now KK goes over to Carson Evans. Carson, Quincy, back to Carson, who moves to his left. Backdoor pass. Horton off the glass. It's good. KK Horton. And it's 7-0 Brevard 2 minutes into this contest. Pruitt, right wing. The Tornadoes prevailed in the first matchup against Greensboro on January 18th at Greensboro. Boulware with the basketball. Goes over to Sergi on the right wing. Sergi to his left. Guarded by Carnes. Into the corner now, Ty Hill. Hill, Brown, leading scorer on the team. Working to his right on Carter. Quincy not backing down. Fade away shot. No good. Rebound, KK Horton. Tornadoes playing excellent defense to start this one off. Horton, Sutherland, Quincy, back to Garrett, now up top KK. Quincy Carter with the basketball. Sutherland looking around, right elbow, now goes over to Carnes. Carnes inside, going to pass it over Quincy Carter to Carson Evans. Evans stepping back, up top, Carnes to his left. Quincy Carter left alone in the corner for 3, hits it! Quincy Carter once again in the timeout. NATO's off to a 10-0 run, and we'll be right back. Timeout, Greensboro. Back out here on the floor out of the timeout. NATO's off to a blazing start. 10-0 out of the gate. Less than 3 minutes in. Quincy Carter with a couple of three balls, including the one that capped off right there before the timeout. Now Pruitt to Boulware. Sergi on the left wing, guarded tightly by Sutherland. Into the post. Brown with the ball, turning around on Carter. And finally, Greensboro gets their first basket. That's Brown over Quincy Carter. Brown averaging just under 13 points per game. Now Carson Evans, pressured by Pruitt, going to range over to his right and give it to Garrett Sutherland. Sutherland over to Quincy. Now KK. KK finding a cutting Sutherland. He goes up. It's good off the glass. Brown could not get there in time, and it's 12-2. Pruitt, Sergi going inside, has a lane, pass over to Brown, goes up and gets the layup. Thought he might try for the dunk. Saw the defender coming in and decided to go up for the layup. 12-4, 3.5 minutes in here. Horton now to Sutherland, Quincy Carter. Carson Evans tries to find a cutting Sutherland, and it's knocked out of bounds by Sergi. Not happy that Pruitt didn't chase after it. It'll stay with the Tornadoes, and checking in is number 5, Kevon Wright, and number 33, Grant Thompson. And some discussing from the officials. Discouraging trash talk. Carter gets the ball. The defender slips, but he gives it up over to Horton. Has it knocked away. And now Pruitt coming down the floor, working on Horton one-on-one. Goes off, blocked by Horton. Garrett Sutherland to the basketball. Quincy Carter in the open floor. Euro step blocked. Oh, what a violent block there by Matthew Brown. Now 2-on-1 for Greensboro. Pruitt, lob under the goal, and he's hit with a travel. Kevon Wright came down with the ball, took 2 steps, and got called for the travel. It'll go right back to Brevard, and Greensboro cannot do anything right. Brown with a monster block. And now number 1, Amelia Hudgens coming in. Pruitt out. Threw the lob up that was walked with by Wright. And now immediately doubled as Evans, who gets it over to KK Horton. Quincy thinks about the 3, now gives to Carnes. Carnes, Evans. Evans moving to his right, now will give to Quincy. Quincy guarded by Grant Thompson. Carnes avoids the defender. Free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound, knocked out of bounds by Greensboro, and it'll stay with the Tornadoes. Greensboro not capitalizing. An immediate timeout coming here. 12-4, about 4.5 minutes into this ball game. NATO's off to a great start, and we'll be right back here from the Bosch. Back now to the timeout. NATO's breaking the huddle. Still with the same 5. It's been a recipe for success as Evans looking for an inbound. Floats it up to Carter. Oh, what a catch. Carter inside. Now Carnes. Left side jumper is pure. Jaden Carnes, and it is 14-4 Tornadoes here early on. NATO's eked out a close win at Greensboro in the first matchup. Now off to a dominant start. Going inside Hudgens, passes over to Brown. Brown gets Sutherland to bite on the fake, goes up and gets the basket. Wanted a whistle. We'll only get the 2 though. 14-6, about 5 minutes in. Evans looking around, pass, Horton, pump fake, over to Carter now. Corner Sutherland, 3 ball is no good. Rebound hauled in by Kevon Wright. Wright coming up the floor now, guarded by Quincy Carter, gives to Thompson. Thompson to his left, Ty Hill. Hill guarded by Sutherland. Now Wright once more. Brown trying to get position on Horton. Hudgens now tries to go into the paint, knocked away. Horton over to Garrett Sutherland, another turnover. Jaden Carnes one-on-one with Brown, passed over to Evans. Evans goes up with the floater, it's good. 16-6, and the NATOs just cannot stop scoring. 7 of 10 from the field now. 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. Left side, Kevon Wright. Evans on the much larger Brown. Brown trying to get position. Instead, Hudgens will get the ball now. Ty Hill. Hill, right wing, gives up top right. Wright working on Jaden Carnes. Now we'll give it right back to Hill. Hill coming around. He's picked up by Carnes. Tries to beat him to the spot. Goes up. Layup. No good. Rebound, KK Horton. Good defense there by Jaden Carnes, the freshman. Now Quincy Carter into the corner. Carson Evans up top to KK. KK moving to his right, now gives to Sutherland. Sutherland has it knocked out, gets it back, pass over to KK Horton. 3 ball is pure! KK Horton! It's a barrage, 19-6. 6.5 minutes in. Tornadoes, a big game here, and they have come out with flying colors these first few minutes. Grant Thompson guarded closely by Carson Evans, trying to find a pass, now dribbles to his left. Carson lucky not to get hit with a reach there. Brown left wing, working to his right, now goes inside on Garrett. Passes through the hands, no, not touched by Quincy Carter. It'll be another turnover. Brown not happy about it. And now subbing in will be number 20, Josh McQuinn. And Sly White and LB Boyette will come into this game for the first time. LB leading scorer on the team, 13.8 points per game, just above Quincy's 12.3 points per game. LB has only played in 17 games, has only started 14. Some injuries lately. Charles Reed also in the game for the first time. He has the basketball and gives to KK Horton. Quincy, another 3, and can't connect on that one, just off to the right. And now Eric Alvey gives over to Wright. Wright gets a step on Carter. Euro step, floats it up. No good, but a foul. Kevon Wright fouled, and now 2 free throws coming for him. It'll be Quincy's first and the team's first. Actually, the first foul on either team here in the first 7 minutes as the first free throw drops in for Wright. Coach Burgess issuing instructions from in front of the bench before this free throw from Wright. And Wright is going to miss strong. Rebound Thompson. He goes up, and they will call a jump ball. The possession arrow goes the NATO's way. It was a good stuff there as Thompson was trying to get up and draw the foul. He thought he did. Instead, it is a jump ball and the NATO's ball. Now LB Boyette has a crease in the press. Now Sly White gets the basketball, scanning, backing down. Now gives over to LB. Up top, KK Horton. KK to his left. LB around a screen from Sly White. Pass to White. White going up off the glass. It's good. And the NATO's offense executing at a level that I'm not sure we've seen this season. Hudgens up top trying to call a play. Alvey coming around to the right on a cut. Instead, Wright gets the ball on the left. Alvey gets it back, moving to his left, looking for a pass now, gives to Thompson. Thompson on Boyette. He wants a foul and will get one. It'll be on the floor against LB, and he's not sure about that one. Neither am I. Chancey Watson now coming in for the first time in this one. KK Horton will have a seat for the first time. Inbound from Hudgens. Goes to Thompson. Now Hudgens has it back. On the right wing, trying to put moves on Quincy Carter, not getting anywhere. Alvey. Carter switches on to him, forces up a shot. Rebound knocked out by Boyette, and it'll be going the NATO's way. Looks like maybe a push against McQuinn. And Watson inbounds to Charles Reed. 8 minutes into this one, NATO's leading 21-7, a 14-point lead early on. LB gives to Charles. It's tipped. Charles goes to retrieve it behind the half-court line. White, pass into Carter. Carter loses his footing, gets it over to Chancey. Pump fake, mid-range jumper off the glass is good. The NATOs are making everything. 10 of 14 from the field to start this ball game off. 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. Kevon Wright with the basketball, spinning around, looking for anybody, has Alvey. Alvey now to his left, Hudgens. Looking, gives to right. Transition jumper, mid-range, no good, too strong. Rebound, Hudgens on the offensive end. Alvey for three, can't hit. Rebound, Charles Reed. There's a lid on the basket for Greensboro right now. Charles Reed trying to outrace Hudgens. Does not have numbers. Now will slow it down in front of the Greensboro bench. Charles moving to the middle, crosses over to his left. Nice move. Charles up with the layup, no good. Offensive rebound, Sly White off the glass. Tough basket there for Sly White. It's an 18-point lead. Alvey, left side, Eric Alvey, Kevon Wright. Doubled immediately, gives to Hudgens. Three ball is good, and the drought finally ended by Greensboro. It's 25-10. Tornadoes 11 of 16 from the field. Charles Reed bringing it up, left side, knocked out of his hands right to LB Boyette. LB takes it now, trying to move Quincy Carter around, now gives to Chansey. Chansey, LB, going in, putting up, no, passing, and it will be knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Tornadoes, and now another media timeout coming here with just over 10.5 to play. Nado's on fire to start this one off, 25-10 lead, and we will be back in just a moment from the Bosch. Back out of the timeout here. Nado's dominating every aspect of the game, shooting just under 70% for the field, 11 of 16, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, 1 turnover compared to Greensboro's 4, 7 points off turnovers. Greensboro has none, and out-rebounding the Pride 10-4. Rebounds on the offensive end, especially helping the Nados right now. Quincy Carter gets a quick inbound, no goes to Watson. Nados moving with a pace I haven't seen so far this season. Watson getting a screen from White, mid-range jumper is pure. The Tornadoes cannot miss right now. Watson with his second basket. He's 2 for 2. Left side now. Boulware back in. Now gives to Alvey. Hudgens up top. Pruitt fires up a 3. Won't hit that one. Rebound knocked out of the hands of Charles Reed by Eric Alvey. And it'll be Nadeau ball again. Frustration continuing to mount on the offensive end for Greensboro. And on the defensive end, the Tornadoes are giving them buckets right now. 12 of 17 from the field. It's like they're shooting on air. Watson, past the midcourt line, gives to LB. Paris Crawford, newly checked in, gives over to Charles Reed. Paris once more. Now to his right, circling back, doubled, gives to Charles Reed. Reed guarded by Pruitt, who steps up, gives to Crawford. LB a 3 wide open, and connects! LB Boyette. The tray ball there. Tornadoes pouring it on 30-10. And we're halfway through the first half, folks. Shooting as good as you possibly can. You keep wondering when the hot streak will wear off in this game as Brown goes in, puts up a layup, and gets fouled. You keep wondering when this offensive hot streak is going to end, and it just hasn't for 10 minutes. 13 of 18 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3 range. And an and one opportunity coming here for Matthew Brown. Brown with 8 of the 12 points for Greensboro. A chance to make it 9 of 13 on the free throw here. Very efficient. For the rest of the Pride, not so much. The rest of the team, 1 of 9 from the field, as opposed to Brown, 4 of 5. And Brown's free throw is no good. Rebound is brought in by Paris Crawford. Strong board there between Boulware and Sergi. As Charles Reed on the left wing, gives over to LB. LB, another three ball, and that one just misses in and out. Brown with a rebound, his first, if you can believe that. Boulware in transition, catches the ball in the air and floats it off the glass. Nice touch. And the lead down to 16 for the Tornadoes here with 9 minutes remaining in the first half. Chansey, left wing. Now Crawford. Sly White. White going to fire up a three of his own. Oh, just misses. And another rebound for Matthew Brown. Nado's cooling off a little bit. Sergi behind the back. Nice pass, but Boulware can't finish the layup. Chansey Watson. Boulware was set up perfectly. Now Chansey passes over to Crawford. Crawford. Chansey left alone. Pump faking. Double goes between them now. Crawford. 17 on the shot clock. LB will reset. Trying to move Crawford and Reed around. As Reed coming around now, passes over to him up top. 9 on the shot clock, Chansey Watson. Thinks about the three, will take the three, won't hit. Too strong, off the hands of Matthew Brown, but he's able to chase it down and corral it. Nado's trying a lot of threes, not making as many here now. Brown stripped, LB Boyette with the ball. Brown wants a foul, starts walking up the floor. Boyette gives over to Reed. Reed backdoor, Crawford off the glass, it's good. Paris Crawford getting in on the fun. Less than 8 minutes to go, 32-14 in the first half here. Pruitt with the ball. Ty Hill next to him. Pruitt thinks about the three, fires it up, and connects. Nice shot there, Pruitt. Charles Reed, pass over to LB. LB inside, pass White. White, it's good, and a late offensive foul called against LB Boyette. Played that one back in his memory banks and decided to call that one. The play had ran through. White had the basket, and then the whistle blew. So the basket will not count. And now a timeout coming here. Just over 7.5 to play. LB Boyette and assistant coach Miles Leathers talking to the official. And from what I'm seeing, it doesn't look like a very friendly interaction from Boyette as Leathers and Quincy Carter pull him away from the official. We'll be back here in a moment out of the timeout. Nado's lead by 15. Less than 8 minutes to go here in half number one. Back out on the floor, you see associate head coach Miles Leathers talking things over with the team. You see Quincy Carter, who's on the bench right now, giving some advice as well. He'll have a seat. Crawford, White, Watson, Reed, and Boyette the 5. As Pruitt has the basketball. Isaiah Pruitt out of Asheville, North Carolina, A.C. Reynolds High School. Watson guarding him. Now Sergi gets the basketball, guarded by White. Now Boulware back to Pruitt. Ty Hill just in front of the Nado's bench trying to work on Boyette. Pass over to Pruitt, guarded by Paris Crawford. Now Boulware. Boulware crossing to his right. Gets away with a major travel. There it is. Oh, my goodness. If they didn't call that one, oh, my. All's well that ends well, though. The travel is called, and LB Boyette will bow out for Quincy Carter here. 7:10 remaining in the first half. Reed doubled. Now Watson behind the back, working on Sergi. Gets past midcourt, trying to move Reed around. Now gives to Crawford. It's knocked away, but Paris gets it right back. Paris knocked away by Sergi. Bad pass there. Sergi inside. Puts, oh my goodness! Blocked by Sly White from behind. Sergi went up and Sly White sent it straight into the cheerleaders. Sergi thought he had him one, and Sly White, Johnny on the spot there to knock it out. Greensboro will retain the possession. Sergi in the corner. White on him again, tries to get his revenge, spinning up off the glass and does. Sergi looks like he says something to Sly, but they're still down 13. 6:37 to go here in the first half. Watson, defensive pressure applied, gets it over to Quincy. Immediately doubled back to Chancey. Charles Reed left alone, going inside, and he's fouled. He'll be fouled by Ty Hill. It'll be the first foul against Greensboro with just under 6.5 remaining in the first half. 4 of them called on Brevard, and I think it's fair to say there have been a couple of misses on both sides of the floor so far. Reed from the baseline, inbounds over to Carter. Sergi on him. Now Quincy to his left gives to Charles Reed. Reed guarded by Pruitt, now stepping back. Moving to his left, going inside, puts it up, and no good. Looks like it'll be another foul against Greensboro. It'll be on the floor. It'll be against Isaiah Pruitt. Another inbound coming here from Charles Reed. Now has Carter. Quincy up top to Horton. Horton hands it back to Quincy, getting a screen from Carnes. Looks for Carnes, now goes to KK, who gives it right to Jaden. Jaden turning, pass over to Charles Reed. 8 on the shot clock. Charles spinning around, going up off the glass, and 1. Charles Reed with a tough finish at the rim. Just over 6 minutes to play, and it's 34-19. Number 11, Rajon Walters, will come in. Walters, the junior out of Kinston, North Carolina. And a 3-point opportunity here for Charles Reed at the line. Reed with a tough finish there. And the free throw no good. Rebound to Brown, that's his 4th. Walters gives to Sergi, getting a screen from Boulware. Now to the right side, Ty Hill. Going inside, pass out to Hill. Brown right wing. Over to Boulware, trying to spin around and go up, and will not finish. Rebound brought in KK Horton. Horton up the left side, weaving between defenders. Pass over to Reed. Reed, Crawford. 3 ball is going to be off the mark. Rebounded by Matthew Brown. And now Walters going in, goes up over Carnes. He's fouled and 1. That'll be Carnes' first foul. And after minimum fouls the first 13, 14 minutes, we've seen a few here. These last couple of stretch of possessions, and Walters with the chance here for a 3-point play. And Grant Thompson looks like he's going to check back in here. He'll get Brown out. Brown with 8 points, leading scorer, 5 rebounds. Just under 5.5 to go here. First half, and Walters' free throw no good. Rebound Thompson. It goes off him to Boulware. Boulware off the glass. And Greensboro gets 2 for 1 there. Carson Evans guarded by Hill. He's ripped, and he's fouled. Foul called against Hill. And the defensive intensity ramping up, and it looks like the trash talk as well. A warning from the official coming to Boulware. I'm not sure who the other player he directed that at was, but looked like he said Sutherland. And Boulware going at it. Evans gives right to Garrett. Garrett, pass over to Carson. Carson left alone for 3. He'll fire and can't hit. Rebound knocked up in the air by Carnes. He saves it. It is brought in by Thompson. Fighting for it, Walters and Thompson. Thompson will get it over to Ty Hill. Greensboro ball. Hill stepping back, going inside. Layup, no good, but a foul. A lot more physical defense and a lot more frequency of fouls here. It's Quincy's 2nd and the 6th against the Tornadoes. And the Nados, all of a sudden here, their lead could be cut within single digits. Enjoyed a 20-point lead at one point, 30-10. Since then, outscored 13-4 by Greensboro. And it will stay that way for the time being. Ty Hill missing the first free throw. Hill yet to get in the scoring, 0 for 1 from the field. And the second free throw is good. So it's a 10-point game. And Amelia Huggins will come in. Horton, inbound to Evans. Now Evans, working to his left, gives to Garrett. Sutherland to Quincy Carter. Quincy stepping back on Sergi, does not lose him. Now crosses over to his right, falls, hits the ground, gets hit, and no whistle is blown. Walters now with the basketball, guarded by Horton, ripped by Sutherland. 3-on-2 for the NATOs here. Carter inside, Sutherland goes up, and an offensive foul. An offensive foul against the Tornadoes, and the officials are turning the tide right now. It'll be Carter's third foul, and he'll have to step out. Charles Reed will come right back in. And under 4.5 to go, the NATOs have come a bit cold here. Since that spurt at the beginning, it was 30-10. Since then, now getting outscored 14-4. Huggins to his right, Boulware. Boulware a jab step. That gives to Sergi. Walters inside, loses the ball, and a double dribble. Turnover once again for Greensboro. Not sure Walters agreed. It most definitely was. Might have been saying it got knocked out, though. Horton. Inbounds. Carson Evans. Carson to his right. Guarded by Huggins. Now moves to his left. Getting a screen from Carnes. Charles Reed. Over to Sutherland. Now Horton. Horton looking for a pass, now gives to Garrett. Garrett inside, pass Evans. Wide open for three, hits it! A much-needed basket for the Tornadoes, and the lead back up to 13. Less than 4 minutes to go. Huggins, guarded by Evans, now Sergi with the basketball. Sergi goes left to right, now left. Picks up the ball, pass over to Walters. Walters getting a screen from Thompson, now picked up by Evans. Moves to his left, spinning around, losing the basketball, and it'll be a travel. A turnover on Walters. And now a timeout coming here. 3:18 to go. NATO's leading it by 13, 37-24. Crowd getting into it, and we'll be back here in just a moment. Live from the Bosch, Pride and Tornadoes, USA South basketball on a Tuesday. Back here out of the timeout, Tornadoes coming out. We'll see if it's the same five or not. Looks like it will be. Same five as well for Greensboro, aside from Matthew Brown coming back in. Walters has a seat. Rujan Walters. Brown, the leading scorer, as Brevard has the basketball. Carson Evans. Up top to his left, Sutherland thinks about the three, now gets it into Charles Reed. Out of the hands of Evans, and this one will roll out of bounds. It'll be a Tornado turnover out of the timeout. And the NATO's holding a 13-point lead with just over 3 minutes to go. Brown. Inbounds. Over to Huggins. Huggins. Whips a pass, Boulware inside, blocked, and it'll stay with Greensboro. Couldn't tell if that was Reed or Sutherland that knocked that one out. And now Huggins inbounds to Boulware, who passes it to Thompson. Thompson trying to body Charles Reed, fighting for the ball, and a foul. A foul called. 2 free throws coming here for Thompson, and some trash talk coming from the Tornado student section. First free throw for Thompson on the 1-and-1 is no good. to the avail of the Tornado faithful. Horton whips over to Evans. Evans, another three ball. Can't hit that one. Offensive board though to Carnes. It's knocked out of his hands, and it'll stay with Brevard. Greensboro not boxing out. Total rebounds, 16-13 in favor of Brevard. Evans to Sutherland, who moves to his left, now gives to Carson Evans. Evans guarded by Huggins. Carnes to his left, looking for Reed, now gives to Evans. Evans inside, looking. Horton, Reed, open three, instead will drive in. Pass, Carnes, three ball from the corner is cash! Jaden Carnes. Carnes with a tray ball, and it's back to a 16-point lead with 2:13 to go in the first half. Defense chance from both the bench and the crowd here. Sergi, left side, crossing behind the back, now working to his right. Going in, pass to Brown, the leading scorer. Brown at the free throw line, stops his dribble, gives over to Huggins. 6 on the shot clock. Huggins to his right, around the screen. Sergi inside to the basket. No good with the left hand. Thompson offensive rebound. No good, and he's fouled. Another late whistle. That'll give free throws to Greensboro. With 1:49 to go, 2 more free throws for Grant Thompson, the sophomore out of Graham, North Carolina, Southern Alamance High School. 6'6", and cashes the first free throw. Chancey Watson coming back in for Charles. Charles with 2 fouls now. 2 fouls for LB Boyette and 3 for Quincy, as both free throws go in for Thompson. 14-point game, less than 2 minutes to go. NATOs can control the pace. Evans, Watson, now Jaden. Carnes over to Evans. Now Horton. Carson gets it back and a fire, a three up top. Can't hit. Too strong to the right. Brown to the rebound. Chased down by Sutherland, but he gets it over to Huggins. Guarded by KK Horton. Huggins up top now, retreating to his left. Passes down low. Thompson left alone momentarily. Carnes steps up. Looking. It's ripped. KK Horton with the steal. Horton, right side, goes up off the glass and a foul. Hit hard by Sergi. And 2 free throws coming here for number 13. Horton with 5 points, 5 rebounds, and a steal there. And if KK knocks down both free throws, he'll have the most points on the squad here in the first half. Horton, first free throw, no good. Chalk that one up to announcer's jinx. Second one coming up here in just a moment for KK. Pruitt checks back in. Brown over to the bench. And Horton's free throw, no good. He goes over 2, but Jaden Carnes chases the rebound down. Trapped in the corner, guarded by Thompson, now gives over to KK. Another possession for the Tornadoes. Horton trying to move Sutherland, now trying to move Evans. He'll go to his right. Chancey Watson. Watson shaking around. 7 seconds, knocked away Thompson. Hill racing up the floor, backside Sergi. No, he goes over to Boulware. Boulware up with it, blocked by Sutherland. He has it. Evans, pass over to Carnes. Carnes, Euro step, goes up, fouled and one! And one, Jaden Carnes. 16-point lead and a chance to make it 17. Boulware doesn't like the call. The Tornado crowd does, and a free throw coming here for Jaden Carnes on a 3-point play opportunity here. Carnes with 7 points, and now 8. Carnes leading scorer for Brevard, less than a minute to go and a timeout. 43-26, NATO's rocking here on a Tuesday night in the USA South Clash. We'll be right back. Back out of the timeout here after the three-point play by Jaden Carnes. It's a 9-2 Tornado run, 43-26 lead as we near the half. 47 seconds and counting. Ty Hill with the basketball. NATOs have done a good job weathering the storm. Greensboro's tried to mount a few rallies, but most of this game has been domination on Brevard's end. Horton guarding Boulware. Boulware with the ball, turning around, going up too strong, trying to get his own rebound. Sutherland has it, wrapped around by Boulware, can't get the basketball. Evans, Sutherland going inside. Garrett, left-hand layup, no good. Carnes on the rebound and a foul. Sutherland was fouled, I believe. It looks like it'll be on Thompson. And 2 free throws coming here for Garrett Sutherland. Garrett with 4 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. First free throw is good. Nearly a 50-point first half for the Tornadoes, playing excellent defense as well, holding them to 26 and a half. Garrett, second free throw, he connects on both. 6 points for Garrett Sutherland, tied for the second leading scorer with Quincy Carter, who knocked down 2 early threes, has been in foul trouble for a lot of the latter half of this first half. Pruitt with the basketball, shot clock turned off, no rush here. Boulware ready to set a screen if needed, 10 seconds and now they get going. Pruitt to his right, going inside, puts up the layup, blocked from behind Sutherland. Horton, 3-2, knocked out of his hands. It'll be Greensboro ball for the final 1.3. Good defense, Garrett Sutherland knocking that one out. And a chance to go into the half with a 19-point lead. Whistles blowing. Whistles blowing, some animosity towards someone by the official. Might have to do with the trash talk as Hill looking, gives to Pruitt. He will not get a shot off. And the NATOs are going to go into the half with a 45-26 halftime lead. 19-point lead for the Tornadoes, an 11-2 run to cap off the half. The NATOs led this one 30-20 early on in this one. It was a run by Greensboro there for a minute, but Brevard finishing the half on a high note, 11-2. Jaden Carnes leading the scoring with 8 points, 2 assists, and a rebound for him. Quincy Carter knocked down a couple of threes. Garrett Sutherland has 6. For Greensboro, Matthew Brown, 8 points and 6 rebounds to lead things for them. Looking at the team stats real quick, Tornadoes shooting 60% from the field in that first half, 18 of 30. Greensboro 10 of 27, 37%. Not a bad shooting percentage, but 60%. You're just not going to match that most nights in any half. 3-point field goals. The NATOs have come down to earth a little bit, shooting 40%, 6 of 15. At one point, they were 3 of 5 from beyond the arc early on. Greensboro 2 of 4, have only tried 4 3-point attempts. Free throws, Greensboro 4 of 9, Tornadoes 3 of 6, so neither team shooting necessarily well from the stripe. NATO's winning the turnover battle 8-10, 12 points off turnovers for Brevard, only 2 for Greensboro. Total rebounds, Brevard winning in that aspect as well, 20-15. 6 blocks for the NATOs in the first half, as well as 6 steals and 15 bench points. 18 points in the paint, leading that department, and as a result of it, the NATOs hold a nearly 20-point lead as they head to the break. Coach Lee Burgess and crew got to be pleased with what they're seeing so far in this one, but got to play another good 20 minutes of basketball, and you can find yourselves in 5th place in the USA South, just on the outside looking in on the playoff picture, and control your destiny a little bit more. 45-26, and in just a moment we'll have some messages from the college, and then we'll be back to basketball in about 13 and a half minutes. Stay tuned, folks. Live here from the Bosch on a Tuesday night. USA South basketball. Tornadoes and Pride. NATOs with the lead.
It's important to study English because language
history is
back here, just about ready for second half action, about 2 minutes out. Wanted to take a look around the USA South Conference at the games going on tonight. We had Mary Baldwin and Southern Virginia going against each other tonight, and that one ended up as an 83-55 final. Mary Baldwin getting the victory. Mary Baldwin sitting at third in the conference and could be sitting tied for second, depending, not sure what the outcomes were in the prior games between William Peace and Mary Baldwin, but that conference win pulls Mary Baldwin even at 7-3 in the conference with William Peace, and for Southern Virginia sends them to 4-7, which will be the NATO's record if they're able to hold on to this 19-point lead in the second half. And the NATO's, of course, getting the victory over Southern Virginia this past Saturday would likely put them over them in any sort of tiebreaker. Pfeiffer do not have an update on those stats or that score yet, but they were taking on William Peace. Pfeiffer just ahead of the Tornadoes at 4-5 in the conference as the teams dispersing. And William Peace got the victory 79-77 over Pfeiffer. So Pfeiffer now still sitting at 4 wins in the conference. Brevard with a victory here would also be sitting at 4 wins in the conference. So not 100% sure on the head-to-head matchups of the tiebreakers, but the NATOs could be sitting at 5th place just on the outside looking in for the USA South tournament. Greensboro sitting right ahead of them at 5-5, and the NATOs would have 2 head-to-head victories over them if they can hold on here. So a big second half coming up for the Tornadoes. It'll be Quincy Carter with 3 fouls, KK Horton, Carson Evans, Garrett Sutherland, and Jaden Carnes, the 5 for the Tornadoes. Final 20 minutes of basketball, and Isaiah Pruitt will start things off for Greensboro. To his right, gives to Brown. Now up top, Hill around the corner, puts up the layup, too strong. Rebound, KK Horton. Now coming up the right side, KK, corner, Carnes, pump fake, trying to get space on Brown, cannot, now gives to Evans. Garrett Sutherland to his right, gives to KK, coming around, now crossing over on Brown, loses the basketball. Boulware with it, Tim Boulware, pass over to Hill, loses it, and it'll go out of bounds. So 2 possessions in a row that Ty Hill had a chance at a basket. And 2 times Greensboro came up empty to start this second half. Evans lofts a pass over to Garrett Sutherland, who gives to Quincy in the corner, goes inside, pass over to Garrett. Garrett, KK, Evans going to his right now. Sutherland inside, Euro floater is no good, but a foul. That'll be on Hill. That's his 3rd foul. 2 free throws coming here for Garrett Sutherland, who sits at 6 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from the stripe, 3 boards, 2 assists. Garrett, first free throw is good. Garrett, second free throw is good as well. So Garrett, perfect from the line, 4 for 4 in this game here tonight. And now Pruitt, left side, Sergi, Hill. Matthew Brown has the ball, guarded by Quincy, spins around, puts it up off the glass, nice touch. Gets the basket over number 4 there. Quincy had a little bit of a size disadvantage there. Evans, doubled, gives to Horton. Horton gets by Brown. Carter with the basketball. Evans goes inside, layup. Oh, what a finish there. Carson Evans. Pruitt now able to finish under the basket with the reverse. And now Carson going to bring it up the floor, guarded by Pruitt, and will get past midcourt and set things up. Sutherland, Carson thinks about the 3. Now nice little move, pass over to Carnes. Carnes working on Pruitt, gives back to Carson, who will fire up the 3. This time can't hit, and the rebound hauled in by Pruitt. Loses it momentarily. It's at his feet. Has it. Sutherland diving for it. Pruitt able to hold on to it. Corner Sergi spinning around, guarded by Horton. Pass out of the corner. Hill, right side, fires it up and hits from 3. 16-point lead 2 minutes into the second half. Carter, pass deflected. Hill has it over to Brown. Brown goes up, and another basket there. Coach Lee Burgess has seen enough early on here. He'll call a timeout. And here so far in the second half, it is a 9-4 advantage in favor of Greensboro. Coach Burgess wants to put an end to all that before it gets too late. 14-point lead here early on in the second half, and we'll be right back. Back out of the timeout. NATO's trying to get into more of a groove here early on in the second half. And now Horton inbounds to Carson. Right back to KK. Dangerous pass. It's through his hands. And another turnover. Not what you wanted out of the timeout. And Coach Burgess not happy with that one. You see him over there, arms crossed, looking onward. And now Kevon Wright comes in for Greensboro, as well as number 23, Cassius Gary. And Gary will actually head right back out. Brown good to go. Hill into Pruitt. Pruitt, Ty Hill, another three ball, hits another three. And just like that, it's a 12-4 opening to the second half. Evans breaks the press, gives to Sutherland. Garrett retreats to his left, now passes over to Quincy Carter. Quincy, right side, moving towards Evans. Now moves Horton down low, crossing to his right, getting a screen from Carnes. Now Evans. Carnes working on Pruitt. Pass over to Sutherland, knocked away and intercepted. Oh boy, Brown over to his right. Hill, corner, Pruitt, three ball, no good. Rebound Kevon Wright, but he knocks it out of bounds, thankfully. NATO's not playing well in the second half so far. Cassius Gary will come in now. And now KK Horton inbound to Carson. Now Evans pressured immediately. Ball knocked out of his hands. Another turnover. No. Horton has it. Horton falling. Gives to Evans. Carter. 3-on-2. Sutherland. Carter. Thinks about the three. Now will back up. Guarded by Boulware. Moving to his left. Carson Evans. Carnes. Moving to his left. Guarded by Gary. Now Boulware. Sutherland coming around up top. 12 on the shot clock. Horton. Greensboro playing much tighter defense so far to start the second half. Horton, 6 on the shot clock. Carter, inside. Quincy, oh, can't finish. Tough move through three defenders. Just short on the layup there. Hill, Pruitt, left wing. NATO's got to guard the perimeter. Have given up a pair of threes already here in the second half. Right to Gary. Working on Carnes, now Pruitt. Carnes steps up on him, going inside. Pruitt crossing over to his right, losing the ball. Gets it back, now goes inside. Pass to right, through his hands. KK Horton steals it. Horton crossing over, nice move, going inside. Pass Evans. Evans goes up the glass. A much-needed basket there for the Tornadoes. About 4 minutes into the second half, lead back up to 13 with that one. Pruitt. Now Hill, right, up top. Working on Carter, going inside, goes up with the mid-range, no good. Rebound off of Horton, it'll go out of bounds. Couldn't grab it in off his head. An immediate timeout coming here, about 6 minutes in to the second half. NATO's leading by 13, 51-38, and we'll be right back. NATO's coming out of the timeout here. Same 5 so far. An inbound coming from Ty Hill. Hill. Inbounds. Brown going up on Carnes. No good. Rebound knocked up in the air. And it is on the ground now. Fought for. Quincy Carter has it. Gives over to Garrett Sutherland. Physical basketball. Evans floats it over Carnes. Under the basket. Jaden Carnes. Left side. Pruitt. Carnes guarding up. Crossing over on Carnes. Pruitt pass over to Brown. Brown on Sutherland. Losing the basketball. It's taken in by Carson Evans. 2-on-2. Evans going up. Fouled. Fouled by Ty Hill. That'll be his 4th. And Hill chases down the basketball. We'll see if Sergi will come in for Hill as he gets ready to come in, and it's exactly who he'll come in for. Hill already knows what's going on, walking right over towards the bench, ready for the substitution after this first free throw from Carson Evans. And that free throw is a good one. 16-point game once again. Quincy Carter will come out for LB. Evans. Trying to go 2 for 2 here. Leading scorer now with 11 points. 6-0 Brevard run. Evans will step out for Charles Reed. Now Pruitt. To his right. To right. Kevon Wright guarded by Boyette. Now Sergi fumbles it for a moment. Pruitt up top, guarded by Jaden Carnes. Pass out into the corner. Sergi, head fake, going, spinning, gives to Pruitt for 3. Can't hit, short. Rebound is knocked back out to Pruitt. Another Greensboro possession. Right in the left corner. Instead, he'll go to the right side to Sergi, who goes in. Passes over his head. It's brought in by McQuinn. Now Kevon Wright crossing over on Boyette. Goes up off the glass. No good. Rebound Brown. And it'll be a foul against Brevard on the floor. It'll be against Sutherland. His first foul. First on the NATO's, too. About 5.5 in. Grant Thompson checking back in for McQuinn. And now a stack formation on the inbound. Sergi will be the inbounder. Sergi looking, fits it into Brown. Left elbow, working on Sutherland, backing, spinning, looking under the glass, gives over to Sergi in the corner. He spins himself, sets his feet, pass almost intercepted by Sutherland. A 3-ball by Brown is cash. Garrett Sutherland was a couple of inches away from intercepting that one. Instead, it's a tray ball for Matthew Brown, and Boyette stopped for a moment. Now we'll go to his right. Wonder how much mobility he has with that left knee. It's been bothering him and holding him out of more action than he's used to seeing. Boyette, left wing, Horton, going inside, KK, turning around, pass into the corner, intercepted by Wright. Right side, Boyette, working on him, and a foul, and one. A 3-point play chance here for Greensboro. That's Boyette's 3rd foul. KK Horton will come out for Chancey Watson. And a chance to cut the lead down to 12 with 13:48 remaining in this ball game. Right. Free throw is no good. Rebound fought for by Brown. He has it in the corner. Can't get it off. He'll throw it off Boyette. And it'll be Brevard. No, it'll be Greensboro ball. Pointed one way, then pointed the other. So it'll stay with the Pride. 55-42 ball game. Sergi looking for an inbound just out of the reach of Boyette. Now Brown going to work on Sutherland, and a defensive foul against Sutherland. I thought his feet were set, thought it might be an offensive foul against Brown. It'll be Garrett's 2nd quickly after getting his 1st. And now Brown gets it. Boyette falls, and the basket will be no good. Shot on the shot attempt. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Charles Reed. And just a messy sequence here for the Tornadoes. Looked like Boyette fell. Wanted something. And Brevard fans not a fan of the officiating as Wright goes in, passes up top to Brown. Brown smothered, pass over the head of Grant Thompson. It'll be a turnover. 14th turnover. And the inbound to Sutherland. Sutherland working on Brown, and a blocking foul against Matthew Brown. Physical game. Brown hit with his first foul. It'll be the third foul by Greensboro, so each team's been hit with 3 so far. And Gary, Cassius Gary, coming right back in. He'll get Thompson mopping right in front of the scorer's table right now. Might be a slick spot. And now Chancey Watson ready to inbound. And will do so to Charles. Charles working on Huggins. Has him off balance a little bit. Now Charles to Sutherland. Garrett moving to his right. Pressured and gets by Huggins. Goes inside. Puts up the layup. Nice finish. Garrett Sutherland. Huggins. Left side. Now Sergi. Goes in. Losing the basketball. It'll stay with Greensboro. It'll be off of Chancey Watson. And Tim Boulware will check in for Gary, and Sly White will come in. Huggins looking for an inbound, knocked away by Boyette. So it'll be another inbound play by Greensboro. Tight D there from number 5. Huggins inbounds to Boulware, hands right back to Huggins. Working up top, now gives to the left, Boulware. Boulware passing back over to Huggins. Setting a screen is Boulware. Pass over to right, fires up a 3 and cans it. Chancey inbound to Charles Reed. Reed streaking up the right side, slowing things down. Between a double team, into the corner. Sutherland will slow things down. Wright reaching in, can't get it. Pass to Reed. Reed, backdoor. White goes up, he's fouled. Fouled from behind by Matthew Brown. And after a foul-less first half, Brown's been hit with 2 here in the second. Sly White with 4 points and a chance to add on to that at the free throw line. Sly has not been to the line yet tonight. This is his first trip, and the first free throw is good. Pruitt will check back in for Greensboro. Huggins comes out. And Sly fires it up and connects on the shooter's roll. 14-point Tornado lead. That pass gets away from Pruitt, but he's able to haul it in. Charles Reed guarding up on him on the left side now. Gives to Sergi. Sergi, Kevon Wright passing Brown down low. Whips it into the corner. Sergi for 3 in front of the Greensboro bench. Short. Rebound Charles Reed. Reed circles around to his right. Now Chancey Watson. Watson left alone. Goes inside. Hop step. Oh, what a finish. Chancey Watson. Watson with a nice finish there. Great move on the hop step. And now moving to his left is Pruitt. Kevon Wright trying to move Sergi around, and he ranges to his left. Pruitt firing up a 3-ball and hitting it. Pruitt with his second 3, 8 points for him. And now White left alone, goes up and gets the basket. Down the floor, caught him sleeping. Brown not happy. 11.5 to go. 15-point Tornado lead they're enjoying. Kevon Wright. Left wing, now into the corner, Brown. Back to Pruitt on the right wing, guarded by Charles Reed. Going to fire up another one and miss badly. Right in, gets the rebound. His foot was on the baseline. They recognize it. And now a timeout coming here. 11:13 to go. It'll be Tornado ball, and we get back. 15-point lead. Don't go anywhere, folks. Pride and Tornadoes. Double-digit lead for the NATOs. Back out on the floor, Sly White on the far end conversing with the official, having a laugh. Not much to not be happy about so far if you're the Tornadoes. In the all blues tonight, leading by 15 as Sutherland hauls in a tough pass there. Boyette goes inside, puts up the reverse, can't hit, and Sutherland knocks the rebound right to Pruitt. 3-on-2, Pruitt goes up with a layup, can't finish, rebound, Boulware. He is blocked in, and that ball will be knocked out by Brevard. We'll stay with Greensboro. Cassius Gary back in for the time being. And as I say that, he'll step out in favor of Grant Thompson. Pruitt looking for a pass, and now into the corner. Kevon Wright tries to get an angle on Sutherland. Now Sergi. Sergi switched onto by Garrett. Now gives to Pruitt. Pruitt sets his feet, dribbles, crossing over to his right. Now Sergi, Boulware, three-pointer, no good. Strong and will get out of bounds. Thompson didn't even try to save it in front of the Tornado football team down there. You see assistant head coach Martin Bayless and receivers coach Rashad Nelson observing some Tornado basketball tonight. Tornado football spring practice starting tomorrow as Chancey Watson has the ball right wing. Up top, Garrett Sutherland going to fire up a three. Can't hit. Just too strong there. Pruitt with the rebound. Now Sergi, left wing. Pruitt gets it back. Up top right. Transition three ball is good. 12-point lead for the NATOs with 10:09 remaining. LB. Right side, doubled. Passing to Reed and a foul. That'll be on Boulware. It's his first. Garrett will come out. Quincy Carter back in. And now Matthew Brown and Amelia Huggins coming back in for the Pride. Boulware and Pruitt will take a seat. And as good as Brevard has been in this game, these are some really good players for Greensboro. Really athletic from what I've seen. Eric Alvey also back in as Chancey Watson floats it up. Too strong. Gets his own rebound, though, off the tip. Chancey back over to LB off the fingertips of Huggins. 15 seconds for the NATOs. Reed. Quincy Carter coming around, stepping back, moving to his left, working on Brown. Gives to Chancey. Chancey to his left. Fires up the shot. Can't hit. Rebound. Sly White has it back on the offensive end. LB Boyette has it. New shot clock again. White going up off the glass. Can't get it. Offensive rebound. Chancey Watson. Resilience on the offensive glass. Greensboro. Three-pointer right. No good. Rebound LB Boyette. The NATOs just seem to answer every time Greensboro gets some kind of momentum mounted. Charles Reed to his right, getting a screen from Sly White. Now Chancey. Sly up top, moving to his right. A dribble now pass to Charles Reed, who will go inside, will float it up. Too strong. Rebound Matthew Brown, his eighth. Nearing a double-double with 14 points. Wright gets by Quincy. Euro step off the glass and one. NATOs have given up a few and ones, as has Greensboro. And a chance for another one here. Kevon Wright. 4-team foul for the Tornadoes. And Kevon Wright fires up the free throw, can't hit. Rebound knocked out of the hands of LB Boyette. It'll be Brevard's basketball. Grant Thompson sends that one out of bounds. Right after that basket with 11 points, second leading scorer for Greensboro. And it's a 12-point game with 8:52 remaining. Charles Reed pass knocked up in the air by Wright. Wright going inside, passing over to Alvey. Easy basket off the glass. Headbutts the ball out of bounds. Chancey Watson wanted to delay a game and now talking some trash. Chancey, guarded by two defenders, now gives to Boyette. Boyette, looked like Alvey wanted a double, and now Boyette trying to move guys around. LB fouled by Alvey. Eric Alvey trying his best to act like a tough guy down double digits. It's a little hard to be that kind of guy when you're coming in the second unit. As Chancey Watson inbounds to White, it's knocked away by Brown, but he'll fall out of bounds. It'll stay with the Tornadoes. And Eric Alvey just wanted to give an update on his stats. 2 points in this one. Chancey Watson getting ready to inbound here from the sideline. Some mop action here from a Tornado student athlete, and crisis averted for Chancey Watson and company. Watson inbounding, now gives to Sly White. White in the corner, doubled, gives to Chancey. Chancey going up, off the glass, no good. Rebound, Eric Alvey. Alvey moving to his right. Now Kevon Wright. Up top, Brown. Boulware spinning around on Boyette. Left-hand shot, no good. Rebound knocked around, brought in by Greensboro, and a foul. Timeout coming here. 8 minutes even to go. NATO's holding a 10-point lead. Greensboro trying to mount a rally. NATO's got to get things straight here in the timeout. We'll be right back. 65-55 here. 8 minutes to go. Back out on the floor off the Tornado foul. It'll be Amelia Huggins to shoot the free throws. Huggins 3 points, only one field goal attempt. He did make it. 2 rebounds and an assist as well for him. And a chance for 2 more points here at the free throw line to cut the deficit to single digits for the first time in this half. Huggins, first free throw, no good. To the enjoyment of the Tornado crowd on the miss there. And that was their 8th free throw miss, 4 of 12. And there's the 9th. Rebound, Boulware goes up off the glass and gets the basket. They might as well have made the free throws. It's an 8-point game. Reed, now Chancey Watson. Chancey, double teamed and past Charles Reed. Alvey has it, losing it, and Charles fighting for it. Huggins has it under the basket. It'll be off of Brevard. Greensboro basketball. Quincy Carter not pleased, clapping, trying to fire up the Tornadoes and get some intensity going. Carson Evans, Jaden Carnes will both come in. Reed and Watson both out, as well as Sly White. Horton, Evans, Boyette, Carnes, and Carter, the 5. We'll see if this is the 5 that Coach Burgess sticks with throughout the remainder of this final stretch. 7:40 to go. NATO's leading by 8. Can't let this one slip away in a game where you've held multiple double-digit leads, including a 20-point lead. Wise move by Coach Burgess to bring these guys in this moment in time. Pruitt looking for an inbound, will float it into right just over the hands of Boyette. Right going inside, looking for somebody. Now gives to Alvey. Alvey picked up by Quincy Carter, maybe the best defender on the floor. Brown turning around on Horton, goes up off the glass. It's a 6-point game, and Brown looks over at the Tornado student section. An 8-0 Greensboro run. LB. Evans gets it back over to LB. He'll go inside. He'll put up the layup. Can't finish. Rebound Matthew Brown. 6-point game. Just over 7 remaining. Brown. Pruitt. Big possession here. Goes inside by Carnes. No good. Rebound Tim Boulware. Passes it back out up top. Brown. Pump fakes a 3. Steps back. Fires a 3. Can't hit. Rebound Carson Evans. Quincy Carter. It's 3-on-1. Quincy. Evans. Slowing things down. Horton. Up top, Boyette thinks about the 3, goes inside, puts up the layup, gets it. A huge basket for LB Boyette there. Lead back up to 8, 6:42 remaining. Pruitt. Defense chance raining down. Pruitt with the basketball right to his left. Alvey cutting around to the right side, and that's who he'll go to. Right wing, Boulware trying to get position on Evans. He does, spinning around, going in, and it'll be a foul on Carson Evans on the floor. It'll be the 6th foul against the Tornadoes with 6:24 to go. That's Carson's first foul. And Garrett Sutherland will check in as well as McQuinn. Matthew Brown will have a seat. LB will as well for the Tornadoes. And Pruitt getting ready to inbound. Just under 6.5 to go. Pruitt inbounds over to Boulware. Uses his wingspan to haul it into the left. Pruitt tries to blow by Sutherland. Pass knocked away by Evans, but right to Boulware. Boulware, left side, trying to put a move on Quincy Carter. Goes inside, puts up the layup. Too strong. No good. Rebound, Garrett Sutherland, and he passes to Horton, who's standing out of bounds. And Sutherland urging Carter on to get in position. Ball goes right back to Greensboro, and the NATO's giving extra chances to the Pride. Not a good thing. Boulware receives the inbound, guarded by Carnes. Carnes guarding, and 1. Flexing over towards the Tornado crowd, despite the fact that he's 4 of 12 from the field. 6-point Tornado lead could be cut down to 5 here. Boulware has not shot a free throw yet. And he connects on his first. Lead back down now to 5. 11-2 Greensboro run off the Brevard turnover. A 3-point play proves to be errant. And Alvey now getting the, no, he can't get the basket. And not sure what the call was there. Alvey got the ball, went up. Alvey still didn't finish the basket and is talking trash. This man has 2 points. This man has 2 points, talking crazy over to the Brevard crowd. But does have a chance to cut it down to a 1-possession game with less than 6 minutes to go. Free throws for him here. Not pretty for the Tornadoes, as the first free throw is good. And a 37-22 outscoring of the Tornadoes by Greensboro in the second half. And a lot of that has come here down the last few minutes. A 12-2 run, and now possibly a 13-2 run if he knocks this one down, which he will. Alvey putting on a masterclass, 4 points. Talking absurd. Evans doubled, now trying to get by it. Pass to Carnes, who is lucky to haul that one in. I thought it might have been aimed for Sutherland. Went over his head, but Carnes there. Horton, NATO's need a basket badly. Carter. Carnes. Carson Evans, guarded tightly by Wright. 8 on the shot clock. Horton, got to get a shot off. Evans, inside. Sutherland in the corner, as good of a look as you can get. In and out. Rebound knocked up in the air and brought in by Pruitt. Pruitt racing down, could tie it here. A turnover and a foul against the Tornadoes. Unbelievable. That'll be Horton's first and the team's 9th, and it'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity here for Greensboro. Officials drawing a lot of complaints here. First free throw good. Chance to make it a 1-point game with 5:22 remaining, and the NATO's not where you want to be after holding multiple double-digit leads in a ball game. Pruitt, 9 points, now 10. Third Greensboro player to get into double figures, and they've come all the way back. It's a tied game, 15-2 run for Greensboro. Horton, furious rally. Evans, Carter. Pass is intercepted. A chance. 1-point game, by the way. A scoring mistake. 66-67 could take the lead here. Pruitt passes up top. Alvey. Alvey stepping back on Carter. Now passes over to Kevon Wright. Wright inside will get the basket, and Greensboro has the lead for the first time all game. 4:50 to go, and the NATO's collapsing. What was an excellent game has turned into a very, very unfortunate one right now. Quincy Carter to his left. Evans cannot give this one up. Carnes is fouled by Boulware. It'll be the 7th foul against Greensboro. And a 1-and-1 opportunity here for Carnes to stop the bleeding. Have to tie the game to get another free throw opportunity as Matthew Brown comes in. And at a time like this, you got to be wondering when you put in L.B. Boyette, your leading scorer, as Carnes' first free throw is good. The score was 65-51 Tornadoes. They held a 14-point lead with 9:24 to go, and since then, a 17-3 run. Carnes trying to knock down the second free throw, get the lead back. Will not. We'll stay tied at 68 apiece. NATO's have been outscored 42-23 in the second half. Boulware spinning around, going up on Carter. Can't get the basket. Clutch rebound by Sutherland. Sutherland over to Carnes. 2-on-1. Jaden. Nice pass. Carson Evans is blocked. Matthew Brown. What an adjustment there. He committed and then was able to turn around and get the block. 68 apiece. 4:07 to go. Intense in the Bosch. Stolen, knocked away. Horton. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Greensboro. I think he tried to say it was off right. It will be Greensboro ball, though. Alvey to inbound. Eric Alvey over to Pruitt. Pruitt crossing over to his left. Now right on Sutherland. Pruitt getting it back. 8 on the shot clock. 7. Pruitt makes his move. Far 2. No good. Rebound. Alvey tries to get the putback and can't. KK Horton with the rebound. Crossing over on Brown. Horton. Sutherland gets the ball. Floats it up. It's good. NATO lead with 3:38 to go. 70-68. 3.5 to play. And a timeout coming here. Or some kind of warning here. It'll be a foul against Greensboro. Looks like it'll be number 24, Matthew Brown, with his 3rd foul. And a timeout here. 3.5 to go. Things getting intense here in the Bosch. And just wanted to take a moment while we have the timeout. Tonight, Brevard College men's basketball is honored to host the 9th annual Red Out game in memory of former Samford University player Jimmy Griffin and in support of the Jimmy Griffin Legacy Foundation. Griffin played under her current head coach Lee Burgess during Burgess's time as an assistant at Samford. Griffin passed away in his sleep in September of 2009 from an undetected heart condition. This year's game coincides with February's American Heart Month. Support the American Heart Association by visiting www.heart.org. And to support the Jimmy Griffin Foundation, go to www.3 on the word 3 for jg.org. www.3ontreeforjg.org. That's why you see the NATOs on the bench and in the warm-ups with the red warm-up shirts. And the NATOs trying to finish off this one. Running out of gas possibly here in the second half. Held a 20-point lead in the first half. Lead was double-digit for the first half of the second half. But all in all, a 42-25 outscoring of Brevard by Greensboro in the second half as the NATO's only up 2. Greensboro had the lead a moment ago. Alvey with the basketball gives up top to Brown. Brown, right, knocked away by Carter. Mid-range jumper, no good. Carson Evans with the rebound. KK Horton ripped, hit by Alvey, and will get it to Evans, who will get up the floor, get it over to Carter. Quincy Carter, good defensive pressure there from Alvey, but the NATO's retain the possession. Alvey has a screen from Carnes, or Horton rather. Horton going inside, left-hand layup blocked, and a foul. A foul against Brown. It'll be his 4th. Falls to the ground in disbelief. And 2 free throws coming here for KK Horton. Brown walking the line. Alvey trying to plead a case as well. Officials still going back and forth. Brown seems to be being respectful in the way he goes about it, but giving some pushback. And 2 free throws coming here for Horton. Could make it a 2-possession game with 3 minutes even to go. Horton, free throw, no good on the first. And Ty Hill, first time we've seen him in a while, will check in for Alvey. Ty Hill knocked down 2 3-balls in this half. Those are both of his field goal makes, 2 of 4 from the field. Had 4 fouls and was sitting for much of the half. Horton now going to try and salvage the trip here, and he will. 3-point Tornado lead with 3 minutes to go. A game that they led by double digits multiple times, including 10 minutes to go. Kevon Wright looking for Brown. Now instead will find Boulware. Boulware puts it up and hits off the roll. It's a 1-point game, 2:45 to go. Things getting about as intense as they can here. Carson Evans working up the floor, right on the BC logo. Hill tries to go for the steal, and Evans loses him. Quincy Carter with the basketball. Evans, right wing. Carnes guarded by Boulware. Quincy Carter firing up a 3-ball. Oh, cannot hit. Rebound, Carson Evans goes up, can't finish. Carson Evans just missing that one. Chance to take the lead here. Pruitt, left side, got a D up. 2:15 to go. Kevon Wright. Hill. Pruitt, left wing. Guarded by Carnes. Going inside. Blocked off. Now gives to Wright. Wright working on Carnes. Spinning around. Putting it up. Basket. No good. Rebound KK Horton. Good stop. Need a basket here. Horton up the right side. And it's stolen by Wright. Stolen by Evans. He will give it over to Carnes. Horton circling back. And 1:47 to go. NATO's with a 1-point game. A 3-ball would be huge. Any basket will do, though. Sutherland. Quincy Carter thought about finding Horton, instead holds on to it. Quincy moving to his right. Now Carson Evans. Sutherland, 10 on the shot clock. Garrett Sutherland ranging over to his left. Horton, Evans, cutting. Sutherland puts it up. It's good! Garrett Sutherland with the basket and a timeout here before the defensive possession. NATO's leading by 3. Minute 24 to go. Tornadoes lead, and we'll be right back here from the Bosch. Back here out of the timeout, Coach Burgess puts Charles Reed in for defensive purposes. A huge defensive possession. NATO's leading it by 3. Don't want to allow any kind of basket, especially not of the 3-point variety. It'll be Tim Boulware to inbound to Pruitt. Boulware has 11, Pruitt has 10. Matthew Brown leading all scorers with 16, 11 rebounds for him as well, a double-double. Whistle blows, and here comes the inbound from Boulware. Reed will drop back, and they'll get in their defensive set here with 1:20 to go. Pruitt, guarded by Reed, now right. Boulware, Left side. Once Ty Hill. Now Pruitt. Right side, Kevon Wright. Matthew Brown going to try and go to work on Carnes. Spinning around, going up. Gets the basket. Lead back down to 1. 59 seconds to go. KK Horton with the ball. Right side. Quincy Carter to Garrett Sutherland. Sutherland going inside. Pass back. Carnes. Three-pointer from up top is no good. Rebound Ty Hill. Greensboro could take the lead here. Right. Passes over to Pruitt. About 13 seconds between the shot and game clock. Pruitt running by the baseline now to Hill. Hill to Pruitt. Got a guard up on Matthew Brown, and a timeout coming here. Timeout with 29 seconds remaining. NATO's leading it by a point, 73-72. We'll be right back for the final moments in the conclusion of this one. What a game to this point, folks. A tale of two halves. We'll be right back. Out of the timeout here, a crucial defensive possession for the Tornadoes. Even if they get the stop, they're not out of the woods, would likely get fouled and have to put up 2 free throws to go up 3. Less than 30 seconds to go here. Greensboro basketball. Matthew Brown will be the inbounder, leading all scorers with 18 points. Now Brown gives to Ty Hill, guarded by Charles Reed. Kevon Wright coming around. Inbound. Or pass in over to Brown. Brown going up. Short. Rebound Garrett Sutherland. A defensive stop and a foul by Pruitt. 15 seconds to go. And the NATOs can make it a 3-point game. Garrett Sutherland with a huge rebound. Matthew Brown went up to make his 10th field goal. Couldn't do it. Finished just short. Garrett Sutherland with a rebound. And now a chance to make it a 3-point game and put them in a position where they got to throw up a 3-ball with 15 seconds remaining or less. Number 15 at the line here. Crowd quiets down. Sutherland hits the first. 15 seconds to go here. 74-72 Tornado lead, a game that they were up double digits multiple times in, including a 20-point lead. And now Sutherland getting ready for a huge free throw. Second one here is no good. Brown has it, a chance to tie or take the lead. 11 seconds and a timeout here, Greensboro, with 10.9 to go. And the emphasis of your coach Lee Burgess here, you cannot give up the 3-ball with 10.9 to go. You don't want to give up any kind of basket, but you'd rather give one up in the paint than to give up a 3-ball. And you cannot foul. You cannot foul, especially when someone's finishing at the rim. 10.9 to go. NATO's led by 15 from Garrett Sutherland now. 5 of 8 from the field, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 of 6 from the line. And ironically, that one miss coming just a moment ago with a chance to make it a 3-point game. NATO's keeping it interesting here, 74-72. Just under 11 seconds to go, 10.9, and as good of a game as you can ask for. A lot at stake here for the NATO. Southern Virginia blown out earlier tonight. Pfeiffer losing as well. 2 teams, both with 4 conference wins. The NATO's here gunning for conference win number 4. This could put them in 5th place in the USA South, a game behind Greensboro, who they would now have 2 head-to-head wins over if they can finish. Huge defensive possession coming up here. Sutherland, Reed, Carnes, Horton, and Quincy Carter, the 5. And we'll see what Greensboro drew up in the timeout here. Cannot give up a 3-pointer, absolutely cannot. Overtime is one thing. Giving up a 3 and trailing with less than 10 seconds to go is an entirely different one. It'll be Boulware to inbound, and you got to assume the ball's going to number 24 here, leading all scorers with 18. And the assistant coach getting in the way of the inbound. And now we're ready. Boulware into Ty Hill. Hill, left side, gives to Brown. Brown trying to go to work, spinning around, going up, no good! Great defense! 1 second, the NATOs are gonna win it! Quincy Carter going up, and a victory for the Tornadoes! 74-72 in a game that they led by 20 in the first half, led by double digits in the second half. Greensboro came back to take a late lead, and they will get sent home packing, swept in the season series. Tornadoes with a huge conference win, and they could be 5th in the conference tonight, a game behind Greensboro, who they now have swept the season series over. 74-72. What a win for the Tornadoes. Huge stop by Garrett Sutherland, and the NATO's defense comes up gigantic on those final 2 possessions. 74-72 win for the Tornadoes on a winning streak, and we'll be back here in just a moment with a recap and to talk about this one. What a game. 74-72 Tornadoes, and we'll be right back.
For this one. Oops, sorry, man.
Where's the final? Did you get that yet?
Not yet. We should be getting right there.
Back here from the Bosch in just a moment. We will have post-game interviews with head coach Lee Burgess and Garrett Sutherland. Sutherland leading the scoring with 15, 5 of 8 from the field, 5 for 6 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. Carson Evans and Jaden Carnes both with 11 apiece, combined to go 8 of 16 from the field, and Carson with 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Jaden with a rebound and 2 assists. Sly White had 8 points, 3 of 4 from the field, 4 rebounds. Chancey Watson with 8 as well on 4 of 8 from the field. Quincy Carter had a couple of early 3 balls. KK Horton had 6 points. LB Boyette with 5 points, only 2 of 5 from the field, not taking a lot of attempts, didn't get his normal minutes, still nursing that knee injury. Paris Crawford and Charles Reed also with 2 points. Every Tornado that checked in tonight got into the scoring. Not the same story for Greensboro, who was led by Matthew Brown with 18 points and 12 rebounds, a double-double. Gave the Tornadoes everything he had. Fell just short, missing the final 2 shots. Good defense by Carnes, Sutherland, and the rest of the Tornadoes on that final stretch. Kevon Wright, 13 points, 5 of 11. Tim Bolware with 11 points, and Isaiah Pruitt, the other Greensboro player to get into double figures, 10 points, 3 of 13 from the field, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Ty Hill had 7. Eric Alvey, who was talking really crazy and disrespectful to Brevard as a whole, but the team and the student section, everything else, only 4 points for him, 1 of 4 from the field. Amelia Huggins, 3 points. Mason Sergi and Rajon Walters and Grant Thompson, each with 2 apiece. Joshua McQuinn and Cassius Gary, the 2 Greensboro players that came into the game without scoring. NATO's needed an over 50% performance from the field to win this one. 28 of 54, 51.9% from the field. Greensboro 28 of 68, 41%. 41% will win you a lot of ball games, folks, but not this one tonight. NATO's were too hot too early on and finished over 50% from the field. From 3, different stories. Started off 3 for 5, finished 3 of 16, and in total 6 of 21, 28.6%. Greensboro hit 7 in only 17 tries, 41%. Free throws, a huge difference maker in this one. The NATO's missed 6, 12 of 18, but Greensboro missed 9 of them, 9 of 18, only 50% from the stripe. Turnovers, NATO's actually finished with more turnovers than Greensboro, 19 to 15, but did have more points off turnovers by 2 more. Out-rebounded 39 to 37. NATO's with 39 boards there. Got doubled up in the offensive rebound category, however, 14-7. Had 9 more defensive rebounds, 32 to 23. NATO's with 6 blocks and 9 steals in this one. Greensboro had 13 steals. Fouls pretty even at 18-16. Brevard with 2 more. And points in the paint, NATO's losing that battle as well, 40 to 36. And the fast break points. So Greensboro had such a great surge in that second half that the NATO's ended up falling in a lot of these categories. I mean, we got outscored 46 to 29 in the second half, folks. Fortunately, we outscored them 45-26 and held a 19-point lead at the end of one half. In just a moment, we'll have head coach Lee Burgess as well as our player of the game, Garrett Sutherland, on to talk about this one and this thrilling win over Greensboro to sweep the season series. Back here in just a moment. Tornadoes win it. Post-game interviews coming right up.
Is this one going to be yours?
No, that's Coach and Garrett. So I usually stand like right here, and they stand right here.
Okay.
What's up, Brady? Appreciate it, dog. Back here at the Bosch, and first off in our post-game interviews, we have number 15, Garrett Sutherland here. Garrett, first off, good game, heck of a win, and you led all scorers with 15 points. You were 5 of 6 from the free throw line, and I was saying on the broadcast, ironically, the one that you missed may have been the most stressful one there. Could have put y'all up 3. Obviously, you came back and answered on the defensive end to make up for it a couple of times. And just speak kind of first, what were your thoughts down that final stretch, that minute and a half, as you guys had kind of been faltering but were able to finish strong?
No, we've been talking all year about how to handle adversity as a team and really sticking together. And we had a lot of adversity in the second half, and we were able to really, in that final minute and a half, like I got the guys together. We all were like we trust each other. We trust each other. We're gonna get these last stops. And we're gonna win this game.
I saw you down here on the far end of the floor. There was a possession where I think that you guys turned it over. You threw a pass over to KK, and he was out of bounds. And I saw you and Quincy talking to each other, and it looked kind of like an intense conversation. What were you guys saying there, trying to get everybody right?
We just kind of just need to tell each other to calm down. Like, we're good. Like, emotions were really high in a close game like that. So we just needed to, like, make sure we were together as a team. But just calm down. We're going to win. We trust each other. Absolutely.
Matthew Brown, number 24 on Greensboro, he had 18 points, and I'm sure he was the focus in those timeouts at both of those final possessions. How did you guys attack him on those final two possessions and make him miss when he had really not been missing much in the post at all in the second half?
We knew the ball was going to him. He's their guy. So we just had to say, like, if you get him one-on-one, we'll have some help for you, but you really got to just man up and get a stop.
100%. And so now you guys have swept the season series against Greensboro, and two teams that were right ahead of you, Southern Virginia, who you guys just beat, and Pfeiffer. Both of them lost tonight. So now you have 4 conference wins as well as Southern Virginia and Pfeiffer, and you're now a game behind Greensboro. What does it mean to kind of be turning it on here right when you need to in the final stretch?
No, we knew we were a better team than our record showed all year, and we knew we just needed to turn it on eventually, and it looks like we're turning it on at the right time. So as long as we can keep stringing these wins together, I think we have a great chance against anybody in this conference.
100%. And this is a pretty physical game from at least what I was seeing. It was getting a little chippy between some players. Looked like every rebound was fought hard for, especially on the offensive end. And when you came down with that last rebound, was your immediate thought just get it over to Quincy?
No, I wanted to make sure I made the right pass, but I wanted to get it away from the defenders as quick as possible. I didn't want another turnover like I had down there to KK. So just kind of get it away from the defense and let the time run out.
100%. So now that was the first of 3 games that you've got in this homestand. You've got 2 games this weekend, both on Saturday and on Super Bowl Sunday. That's senior day. And how important was it for you guys to come out strong in this homestand in this crucial stretch of conference games?
Oh, it was huge because we really need all 3 of these games. It'll put us in a great position. So, I mean, it was huge. Atmosphere is electric tonight. We hope we can get the same next 2 games.
Absolutely, 100%. Games on Saturday and Sunday. Player of the game, Garrett Sutherland with 15 points. Garrett, heck of a job. Congrats on the win, man.
Thanks, man.
And in just a moment, we will have head coach Lee Burgess on. Coach Burgess getting the headset here. Back here with head coach Lee Burgess. Coach, obviously got a little tighter there at the end than you wanted, but what does it say about this group of guys, first off, the resiliency after holding multiple leads of double digits that big, letting them crawl back and take the lead, and you guys still don't fold and just keep pushing ahead?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked a lot here recently about how to handle adversity better because it's something we haven't been good at times, and we certainly saw that today. I mean, we faced adversity there in the second half and, did not play our best in the second half, but, you used the word resiliency, and that was the word that was used in the locker room, just how resilient we were today, not to fold and to stick with it and to make the necessary plays to win. We can certainly learn from this game, especially in the second half. We can learn from it. Much better to learn in a win than to learn from a loss, so we'll certainly be thankful for that. But, yeah, very, very proud of the guys and how we competed.
One thing that Garrett said to me just a moment ago that stuck out was that you guys have known all season that you're better than your record indicates, and obviously now on a 2-game win streak and with 2 more home games, you guys have a chance to show that. And got to talk about that a little bit, how you may have been overlooked a little because of the tough start, but there were some close games in there.
Sure, yeah, overlooked or not, I mean, I think really all we can worry about right now is us. I do think that in that locker room we all have the belief that we are better than what we have shown, and I think we are hungry to go prove that, to ourselves really, to show that we are. And had a big win on the road Saturday. This was a big win here for us to win this game, and like you mentioned this weekend, big homestand to finish out the regular season at home. I do want to say, just how hungry our guys were, how competed. We went and played at their place, and we won the game, but we were minus 15 on the glass in that game. They're obviously a very big, physical team that competes really, really hard, the team that we were playing. So we were minus 15 on the glass. I believe we were plus 2. I know you're looking at it right now. We're plus 2 or plus 3 on the glass.
I think it was plus 2
plus
in the
2.
rebounding
So
department.
we go from minus 15 at their place to plus 2 here. And I think that it speaks tremendously to the grit that our guys showed and how hungry we were to go play hard and play well.
Absolutely, man. 71-68 on Saturday, 74-72. I think some of your players could be some theater majors. They got a flair for the dramatic.
Yeah.
I'm going to start calling them the cardiac nados.
I wish it wasn't that way, but we'll take it. I mean, I'm not complaining, but, I wish we could have closed this one a little bit better, but we're going to, like I told them today, enjoy it tonight. We're going to be off tomorrow. We'll get back at it on Thursday, and we'll get ready for Methodist Thursday, and we'll also learn from some of the things that we need to get better at from this game too.
Absolutely. On the same note, though, with it getting close, when you're at home and have the environment like we had tonight, as opposed to a blowout where people may get out of it in the stands, whatnot, on the bench, in those close games, I feel as if that might bring your team together even more than winning by 20 or 30.
Yeah, well, for sure. I mean, we talked about the team being resilient. Obviously, the group on the court was resilient. Our bench stayed engaged the whole time as well. And as that thing started to tighten up, definitely heard the guys that were on the bench, staying invested, rallying up energy, talking to the guys on the floor. There was no real panic from anybody, except maybe me. But no real panic from anybody, and just knew we needed to play better. We needed to do some things differently and do some things better. But that we were confident that if we did those things, we were going to come out on top.
Absolutely. And Matthew Brown, number 24 on Greensboro, 18 points, double-digit rebounds, a double-double. And obviously, I know that you knew the ball was going to him on each of those last 2 possessions. I asked Garrett about this. Talk a little bit about the defense those last 2 possessions to force somebody that's dominating in the paint to miss both of those shots.
He's really good. And he is a matchup problem for anybody in this league. He's a really good player and is playing really well right now, too. So we certainly thought that the ball would probably find him down the stretch, and really just talked to our guys about being physical, being solid, being real smart with their help, and just not bailing him out with a foul. And so I thought we did those things really, really well. Made him score the ball over the top. He had to score it over some traffic. We were smart with our help, but there was congestion down in there, and we were fortunate to get a miss. So I thought we executed that part of it really, really well down the stretch. But he is a really, really tough cover. He's a very good player.
Absolutely. And I wanted to ask, what does it mean for you as a coach? Obviously, you guys are, as every team is at this point in the season, you're dealing with some things. I mean, your leading scorer is playing, not as many minutes as he was at the beginning of the season, but then you've got a guy like Garrett Sutherland that you can stick in the lineup. He'll get you 15 free throws at the end, defense at the end. Just talk about the depth that you guys have.
We do have depth, and we've needed it because, I mean, when we went and played them at their place, Quincy was out. He didn't play in that game. LB was coming off the bench, like you mentioned. He still is coming off the bench now, but we do have that depth where if we got a couple of guys that aren't performing as statistically as much as we're accustomed to them performing, we're able to count on some other guys to step up and carry that load. And like LB's credit, yeah, he didn't play as many minutes. He was saddled with some foul trouble tonight, which contributed to that. But when guys are used to scoring points and they're not scoring all of those points, it's important that they stay within the construct of what we want to do as a team and not try and force it where they're hunting their own stuff. And LB's been great at that. All of our guys have been great at that. And the ball will find you when it's the right time to find you, and then we got to be ready to go make the play. And we've been able to count on a lot of guys on our team doing that.
Yeah, you talk about that depth, and every player that checked in tonight got into the scoring from top to bottom, so 100%. And at the beginning of the game, so those first 10 minutes, you guys just couldn't miss. What does that feel like as a coach when you guys on both ends just seem to be doing everything right?
Yeah, it's like don't mess it up, right? As a coach, it's like what do you tell them? Keep doing what you're doing.
With every timeout, you're like, I hope it doesn't go away right here.
It was a great start. We did talk about trying to punch them first, punch first and be ready to go when the game starts and don't tiptoe into it. And obviously we did that really, really well, and it helps when the ball's going in. For sure. Now, we had the flip of that against Southern Virginia on Saturday. They started the game up 12-0, not because we weren't ready to go. We were. The shots just weren't falling for us. And so that was the flip of the discussion. Like, hey, keep doing what we're doing. Don't panic with it. We're going to climb back in this thing, and we were able to do that and come out on top. But when this situation happens, you just try to keep feeding it. Hey, keep rolling, keep doing what you're doing, making the right play, shooting the right shots, and we can be pretty efficient offensively when we're doing it that way.
I won't say inevitable was the word, but there were a few times where it seemed like this game was going to have to end up coming down to the wire the way it did. It seemed like you guys would get a punch, as you called it. Greensboro would get a little bit of one, and then you guys would weather the storm. That happened about 3 or 4 times, and then they went on their big run about the 8-minute mark in the second half. So it felt like it was going to be one of those games, super chippy, scrappy game, and it just, like you said, like we talked about, it speaks to the resilience of these players to be able to, still win after giving up a sequence like that.
Yeah, no, it was chippy. It was a physical game. Both teams played hard. Both teams played physical. It was a physical game. I think we got a little bit tentative in the second half. It's like you're playing with a lead. We haven't done that a lot this year, playing with a lead like that. And so, we might have gotten a little bit tight. We did. I mean, we had 11 second-half turnovers. And so that was something we talked about at halftime. Needed to take care of the ball. Thought they would amp up their pressure a little bit. Thought they would trap us a little bit more than they did in the first half. And that's what they did. We just didn't handle it real well. And I think part of that just was some tentativeness, by us. However, I do felt like our competitiveness stayed there while we were trying to search out offensively kind of how to play, with that lead, and we didn't do that real well. I do think defensively we did stay competing. They're a very good team, and offensively very, very talented. Matthew Brown is really, really good, and number 5 for them is statistically not a great three-point shooter, and he banged a couple threes over the top, in the second half to kind of keep chipping away at that lead. And they're a hard team to keep pinned down because they do have a lot of explosiveness offensively.
Yeah, 100%. You could feel it. They're a really athletic, really good team. They weren't going to be held down that bad for that long.
Right.
But you guys were able to withstand the blow a few times. And so last thing, Coach, I don't want to take too much of your time, but this is the first game of the 3-game homestand. You guys come out with a big win. You've got 2 games this weekend, and I'm not sure how much scoreboard watching you guys do around the conference, so I'll let it be my job to do that. Southern Virginia and Pfeiffer both had 4 conference wins. You guys picked up your 4th conference win tonight. Both of those teams lost tonight, and now you sit 1 game behind Greensboro, who is sitting in that 4th spot. So you guys are really poised to capitalize this weekend on that and get yourselves back into that top 4.
We certainly can, yes. There's a lot of scenarios out there. I was talking about that today with some other people that other people are interested in that for sure, and our guys pay attention to it. We don't talk about it a ton as a team. I mean, we can only control what we can control, but there's scenarios out there where going into these last 4 games, we could split the 4 games and still make the conference tournament. There's scenarios where we could win 3 or 4 and not make the conference tournament. There's just so many variables right now that are outside of our control. What we can control is how we prepare and how we play. And so far, Southern Virginia, and then tonight, we've done that well enough to get a win. And Saturday's going to be the same thing. Let's control what we can control. All that other stuff will shake out how it shakes out, and let's just go be ready to play on Saturday.
Absolutely. Well, looking for a second straight trip to the conference tournament, and tonight goes a long way in securing that spot and making that happen. Congratulations on the win, Coach.
I appreciate
Always
it.
a
Thank
pleasure.
You. Yep, thanks.
There you have it, folks. 74-72, the NATOs getting an intense victory in a game where they found themselves blowing a 20-point and double-digit with 10 minutes to go lead. Greensboro got the lead in the final stretch. NATOs were able to snatch it right back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. NATOs with their 4th conference victory here, moving into perhaps 5th place, depending on the tiebreakers and head-to-heads. Could be in 5th place and a game behind Greensboro when all is said and done tonight in the USA South Conference standings. NATOs win at 74-72. Got 2 more games this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, Senior Day. Until then, let's go NATOs. I'm Brady Penn, signing off.